We're trying something new tonight.
Yeah, we're mainly bourbon.
This was an impulse buy by me and Chris. We stepped out of the house and spent $140 instantly.
So what made you buy it?
First of all, it was allocated.
Okay.
Secondly, it was Penelope.
Fair.
Secondly, it was over 120 proof.
Fair.
I guess thirdly, it wouldn't be secondly.
Did you notice the American light whiskey
Yeah,
on the thing?
of course, yeah. And typically, darker whiskeys are preferred on this podcast.
Yes. I think in our eyes, Penelope is one of the best MGP. No, I mean,
For sure.
Ross Squibb, whatever.
Yeah.
So this is a mash bill of 99% corn and 1% malted barley.
It's a lot of corn. Corn. Nothing but corn.
Corn. Nothing but corn.
Well, we like the corn.
There's one barley.
There's 1%.
There's one barley. It's not
corn,
nothing
one
but
barley.
corn.
Well, and they malted that barley, so that's a big deal.
Wow.
But so we was unsure what American light whiskey was. Turns out the difference with American light whiskey is it either has to be aged in a new uncharred white oak barrel or used barrels. And in this one's case, it is aged for 15 years in a second fill oak barrel, which we assume was for bourbon.
This is also a founder's reserve, which means it is something that the founders of Penelope found that they thought was unique or interesting at MGP.
And this is the second release in the Founders Reserve series. I don't know what the first release was, but I think this is a series that they're doing.
Wow, okay. That's cool.
So, and this could also just be like other place experiment. They're finding weird stuff there at Ross and Squibb in Indiana and bottling it as a special release.
Is Penelope just doing Ross and Squibb / MGP in the interim while they're aging their own bourbons, or
That I do not know. I do not know, but I know they are one of the best doing it.
yeah,
They're one of the best,
yeah,
if not the best. I've not had a bad Penelope. I don't think you guys have.
no,
And I've tried the toasted barrel strength, the barrel strength. I've not tried the rosé or the architect, but I have tried the 9-year they brought out. Interesting. I took a smell of it. You smell the alcohol.
Woo! You smell that? You smell the corn. We have this is the first time we've ever shouted to hit this guy out. Bamboozle Gaming on Twitch. He started watching the channel and saw us smelling the bourbon all the time. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna get in there and take me a big old sniff of Double Oak.
we had them by Double Oak like last year.
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
like, if you want to get into bourbon, try Double Oak.
Yeah,
That's
and
good
he
stuff.
he likes it. Well, he poured some, and he said he stuck his nose in there and took a big old whiff, and he said it burned him up. He was like, my nose was on fire.
What's his name? Ben Boozle. Ben,
Go check out Ben Boozled Gaming on Twitch.
it helps if you open your mouth a little bit, so when you do smell, it spreads the alcohol across your palate.
Instead of just your nose hairs.
Yeah. So breathe in through your mouth a little bit at the same time, and it'll disperse the aromas over there.
Oh man, that smells really good.
It does, but what does it smell like? I can't really nail it down. Can you?
I kind of get pixie stick off it.
I get an ashy.
Yeah, maybe. Like you just
I don't want to say cigarette ash, but
it's
something.
not cigarette ash. More like maybe a cigar ash.
With a hint of
Like a sweet cigar ash.
yeah, yeah. Like an ash with like a lemon. I wanted to say a bright orange, but that's just lemon.
Or lime.
More lemon than lime.
I've been trying to get something other than Lemon Pledge,
Yeah, I was about to say pledge.
and I can't.
But
Ooh,
It is a very light nose.
You know,
It's
they
light and sharp.
very sippy.
Puts you in the mind of the Four Roses Super Premium, that juicy fruit.
Yeah, I could see
Like
that.
the juicy fruit gum
You
kind
think
of
winey, maybe?
I think it's a tad bit sharper than the Four Roses Premium. Though.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh,
That's
you know,
proof, though.
Yeah.
now that it's been sitting out a second, I do get that wood smell. Like a freshly cut pallet.
It would have to be...
Sawdust. It's like,
I just smell
it's a sawdusty smell.
the pallets off this.
Do you not get sawdust on that? Smell that. You tell me you don't get sawdust.
Take that pallet and I'll just spread it open.
Ew.
Like, I just am... It's creepy with them pallets over. Based off that nose, how excited are you to try it?
I am excited to try it.
I'm excited. I'm worried before I take a drink of this that it's just going to be hot.
Yeah, that's
It's-
what I was.
I'm worried it's going to taste like the Super Premium,
That's what I was
but
thinking.
less sweet and just hot.
Well,
I'm concerned about ethanol, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Cheers.
here we go.
To Ben Boozled.
Oh,
That's delicious. I'm sorry. That is way better than that last bourbon we tried. Like 3 times better.
all the concerns I had about the heat were wrong.
Okay, so Chris is vindicated with this bourbon because this is a great example of the flavor lingering longer than the heat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The
Like,
heat hits you.
or the flavor stays with the heat. Like
you
there's
think-
so much lemon and citrus in there. To me, what do you guys?
I agree. So initially I thought I was going to hate it because that heat hits you right off the bat, but then it just tapers into a smooth, complex, sweet finish, and that is perfect.
I agree. I think it
It's-
finishes very lemony.
It's so
do.
much lemon and sugar.
It really. I think you said it like a lemon pie or lemon tart.
I
Like a
don't
lemon
get,
bar,
I don't
you know,
get
like
the
the jelly.
cinnamon. I don't get the
I don't get
cinnamon off it,
either.
but I do get the citrus off it.
That is so good. It's weird though. Like you're not getting any deep off of it. You really don't get any corn off of it.
No.
You're not getting any wood flavors. You're getting so much citrus dessert. How light is that though? Like it's so light.
It's light, but the mouthfeel it's oily.
It is a good mouthfeel.
It's
Yeah.
oily.
Yeah.
But it's like the flavors is so light on it. That is so weird to me. Because it has a punch. It has the spice to it. It has good flavors, but they're so light. Like they're strong flavors. But they're like it's just weird.
That's good, dude.
That's good.
It's like the one of them Parmesan crisp compared to a chip. That's what that is compared to a bourbon.
It's not bourbon for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't have the deep, dark, the woody backbone.
Yeah, for a 15-year light whiskey, it does not have any kind of wood on it.
Dangerously light. Like it's delicious.
Yeah, for being 100, it punches so far under its weight class. This hits, I feel like maybe initially like a 120 proof, but it finishes like a 90 proof.
Oh, well, okay. So do you think that because this is the highest we're drinking tonight, for the record. So if you drank this like a fresh tongue, would you still feel the same?
It might hit hard at first, but we're seasoned enough to where if you take 1 or 2 drinks of a hot bourbon, it's only going to be hot for those first 2 drinks, and then it's going to be this.
I think you're going to have to test that. But I think as light as this is, like you could drink this first off the rip, and you'd still be able to get all the flavors, and it wouldn't burn you up.
Okay, do you guys think it matches the nose?
No.
I think it matches with the lemon, because I do get a lot of lemon.
But it's a much sweeter lemon.
Yeah,
There's way more sugar
it's
on
not.
it.
It's
than
less
there's
of that like lemon pie and more of lemonade.
Interesting. right up until you said that, I was thinking it's much less lemon aerosol and more lemon pie. If it were a regular age statement like 4 year or 4 year or less, do you think it would carry the same punch?
No, I think it would be too light.
Yeah, I think it's too light.
So maybe the key to American light whiskey is.
And I'm wondering,
I
though.
also do worry if this was in a blind with bourbons, if the deepness and darkness of bourbons would just outweigh this.
The sweetness.
Because this is so light, and I don't know. I wonder if that would.
It's like light and fluffy.
That's fair, but I think it would be up there because of the proof.
Right, like because that would you still get that punch.
Yeah,
the finish is great.
Yeah, I think this punches with the best bourbons.
I agree.
Does have a good punch.
Yeah,
But it goes away without like burning you. Like the finish turns in, it's like.
But it's light.
Heat, tart lemon, sugar with lemon.
Yeah, and then it carries. It's not a super long finish. Like I've had some bourbons that just finish until I drink it again, but this has got I'd say a medium finish.
Oh, really?
I mean,
like 2.5 medium?
Oh, no. I think it's a great finish, but it's not like one of those finishes that is just like going and going and going. It's not an Energizer Bunny finish. But it's still a great finish.
It's not the craziest finish I've seen, but it's medium to long finish.
Yeah.
Very good.
This is a very interesting bourbon to have up against that one that you had. American light whiskey. Up against the one that you had because the finish was so long. But this carries the flavor with the finish.
Yeah, this was a good knot for both of them.
If you all didn't watch Risky Whiskey, go watch that because that's exactly why I had an issue with the last one because it was a long finish, but it was just ethanol all the way through. This is a pretty medium to long finish, but it's delicious all the way through.
Almost like a lemon peep going down.
Don't say peep.
Here he is again with the peeps.
The peeps is a thing. If it's light, sweet, flavorful, I give you lemon peeps.
If you see this, pick it up. Especially if you are a bourbon/whiskey drinker and you're not afraid to spend $140. I don't know if we said that, but it's $140. But it is worth it to have on your shelf to share with people because people who really drink bourbon and whiskeys love sharing their bourbons. This is something unique.
I think that's
interesting.
It's worth going off they call it Finding Nemo, the drop off. What's it? Is it called the drop off?
I don't know. Oh no!
Remember
what is
they
that
go
called?
to the edge of the thing?
Yeah, what is that called?
You need to
Here
go
we go right back into Disney
off that
again.
out of the comfort zone and try this.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
If you have this there and you have what's another $140 bottle?
I was gonna say that. To end this, is it to you in your opinion and your truth, is it worth $140?
Yes. To have on your shelf and to let people try.
I would say no. Not 140.
You would say no? Really, to have that on your
Why
shelf?
would you buy that again at 140?
I don't know if I would buy it again, but I think this bottle lasts me 5 or 6 years because I'm not going to be drinking it every day. Maybe I drink it on the perfect day, but I let people try it that come over.
Maybe because then you got to put into perspective what we pay for Booker's, and
So-
Booker's is worth it.
Yeah, and so this is what I'm saying.
I think this has less replayability than Booker's for me.
But
I'm more prone to go to the darker flavors than I am this on the daily
on the daily, yes, but
or weekly. I might
as
drink
far
this
as
once a month.
as far as unique goes, how unique is this?
Well, it's very unique.
Exactly. So the uniqueness makes it worth more money.
Yeah, I mean
Because
it is tough. The price tag is tough.
I'm a simp for unique stuff.
You can't say that.
I would buy it. It's worth it.
I don't know if I would buy a second one, but to have one on my shelf that lasts me 4 to 5 years, that takes me to drink, absolutely.
Like, why am I on my high horse? I would pay that.
How much was the rabbit hole cask strength?
It was 140, I believe.
So for a little bit more, would you pay for the cast strength rabbit hole over this?
Yes. All day. All day. Not that to me is not even close.
So overall, he thinks not worth it. I think definitely worth it. What do you think?
Just to be a contrarian, that's where I'm at. You know?
I think if you're a bourbon lover and have liked Penelope in the past, I think it's worth it to have on the shelf.
There you go. Shad's out. It's worth it.
It's worth it.
Good job, Penelope.
Penelope.
Penelope, you rock. Keep going.